Hi guys, Miss Francis here. Today I'd like to introduce you to our new topic about cellular respiration. Every day we do metabolic activities, but in order to do those life functions, to do those metabolic activities, we need energy. Two processes involved in gaining this energy are photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So photosynthesis we know is going to occur in the chloroplasts of plants. Cellular respiration is going to occur in the mitochondria, which exists in both plants and animals. Mitochondria exists in prokaryotes, eukaryotes. So almost every organism is going to do cellular respiration. So what photosynthesis does is it's going to convert light energy into energy stored in organic molecules like glucose. And then what cellular respiration does is it takes that chemical energy stored in those organic molecules of glucose and it creates kinetic energy in the form of ATP, where that energy is usable. So there are two types of metabolic pathways that are going to then release that energy that's stored in organic molecules such as glucose. There's fermentation, also known as anaerobic respiration. There's also aerobic respiration. But let's address fermentation or anaerobic respiration first. Fermentation is done in the absence of oxygen. It occurs in the cytoplasm and it gives a partial breakdown of sugars, whereas aerobic respiration takes place mostly in the mitochondria, some in the cytoplasm. It uses oxygen and it involves the complete breakdown of a variety of organic molecules such as glucose. So it's way more efficient at providing us with energy. So if we were to compare and contrast fermentation, anaerobic respiration, and aerobic respiration, anaerobic doesn't use oxygen, partial sugar breakdown, making it less efficient, takes place in the cytoplasm, whereas aerobic cellular respiration uses oxygen. It's the complete breakdown of sugar, therefore a more efficient process, and occurs in the mitochondria primarily, but does partially occur in the cytoplasm. So cellular respiration is similar to the combustion of gasoline in an automobile engine, where it's going to involve a redox reaction. And we'll get to that redox reaction in a bit. But ATP is going to power all of the different types of cellular work: mechanical work, transport work, and chemical work, where your mechanical work will be aided by proteins, as well as transport work will be added by your transport proteins. So your mechanical work mechanical work is completed by motor proteins. Transport work is completed by transport proteins. And then you have chemical work, which drives reactions like dehydration synthesis, like hydrolysis. And in most cases, that immediate source of energy that powers all of this cellular work is ATP. So here are examples of mechanical work, chemical work, and transport work. Phosphorylation is the transfer of the terminal, meaning the last phosphate, in a group from ATP to another molecule. And what that does is changes the shape of the receiving molecule that's performing the work, the transport work, the mechanical work, or the chemical work. Well, let's take a closer look at what ATP exactly is. It's adenosine triphosphate. It's a nucleotide containing adenine, or adenine, the nitrogenous base, a sugar, 5-carbon sugar, ribose, as well as 1, 2, 3 phosphates, where those phosphates are held together by high energy bonds. So if I were to simply draw ATP, I would have my 3 phosphates connected by high energy bonds. I would have my ribose sugar connected to my adenine. This is a really great video from Stephanie Castle that elaborates on ATP. So when ATP is in that form, it's got high energy, versus ADP, it's got low energy. So when that bond is broken between that third and that second phosphate, it releases 7.3 kilocalories of energy. And then that energy can be used to do that cellular work. And ATP is renewable because I can just continuously add a phosphate to ADP, creating ATP. So cells recycle that ATP they use for work. So if you think of it like a battery, ATP is a fully charged battery, where ADP is still waiting for the charge. ATP is like a loaded spring. It's waiting to release that energy. This interactive is really great. It shows the example of repowering that ADP, recharging that ADP to ATP. So let's say I eat ice cream, and the glucose in that ice cream is going to be broken down. The phosphate that can be found in that glucose gets added to ADP, and now I have ATP, a usable form of energy. And now I can remove that terminal phosphate in order to do synthesis, in order to do hydrolysis, in order to do any work that the cell needs to do. The next time I talk to you guys, we're going to discuss what a redox reaction is and why respiration is classified as one.